Good evening. A new high-speed train that it's hoped will transform public transport right across the southwest was unveiled for the first time today.
Well, it's called the Class 802 Intercity Express train and will be running by January 2019. Today's trip from Penzance to Exeter was purely for the media. The entire fleet of 36 trains is worth around £500 million.
Well, run by Great Western Railway, bosses are promising more seating, better on-board facilities and much shorter journey times. But is it just PR spin? Richard Lawrence was on board this morning to find out. A young woman has been left unable to walk after inhaling laughing gas, which caused damage to her spinal cord and her nervous system.
Well, Olivia Golding, it's Olivia, who remains in hospital, and this is her story.
Let's now turn to other news in the region this Friday evening, and a dentistry student at Plymouth University has been found guilty of fundraising for terrorism. Abdurrahman.
A child has a suspected head injury after falling from a cliff wall in St Ives.
Part of the main road from Goonhilly to Coverack was shut overnight and today for emergency repairs after a double-decker bus caught fire yesterday. The first bus.
More lane closures are expected on the new stretch of A30 at Temple after the busy summer period is over.
Now, the actions of a group of people who filmed themselves breaking into a Devon water park have been branded senseless and extremely dangerous.
Well, the group broke into Splashdown Key West in Paignton in the early hours of Tuesday morning and spent hours filming themselves using the slides in the absence of any lifeguards or safety measures. Nick Smith reports. Well, we tried to contact those responsible for breaking into the park, but we didn't receive a response.
Now, next on this evening's programme, the UK's tallest bird, which was extinct here for hundreds of years, is successfully breeding again in the southwest, and scientists from Exeter University say it is now back for good. Well,
the Great Crane Project has released dozens of hand-reared birds onto the Somerset levels over the past few years, but now the cranes are rearing chicks of their own. Bob Cruz reports. Now, the world record for the most number of days spent swimming in the sea has been broken this week by a man swimming around the British mainland.
Yeah, 32-year-old Ross Edgley is on the 74th day of his mammoth trip. He reckons he's covered about 1,000 miles so far, but he still has another 900 to go.
Well, he says one of the most challenging and indeed dangerous legs was swimming around Land's End, but he also says some of the most breathtaking coastline he's seen was hugging the shoreline of Devon and Cornwall. Chris Kiddie reports.
Rather you than me, Ross. Good luck getting round there. Now, let's move on, because you're watching ITV News here in the West Country this Friday evening as we race towards the weekend, and there's still plenty more to come before 6:30, because we have sent Charlie out to Dunster Show on Exmoor.
Well, the ITV News continues with the national and international stories at 6:30. Here's Ranveer Singh with the details.
But next on our programme, it's time for sport. Carrie, as you can see, has joined us in the studio. And Carrie, Somerset making a bit of a habit of amazing catches, aren't they?
Yes, Jonty, that's right. Somerset ended their unbeaten run of 7 matches in the T20 Blast with a nail-bitingly close defeat to Kent, but not without some heroics. Jamie Overton took the... In the Kia Super League, Western Storm's star player Smriti Mandana will miss finals day because of commitments with India. Remember, this season we want to hear what fans think of the weekend's action. If you want to take part in our fans forum, send your videos into westcountryfans@itv.com. All the details are on our social media pages. And that's your sport.
Great stuff, Carrie. Thanks very much indeed. Now, many people here in the southwest may struggle with the challenge of living a healthy lifestyle. Plymouth, for example, has a high number of people registered as officially obese.
Well, as part of our Healthy Holidays series, we've spoken to one woman who transformed her life after losing 6.5 stone. Well, Kate Scott says it's brought her family even closer together, as Fiona Dwyer reports.
Now, cast your minds back to 1997. It was the year that Tony Blair was elected Prime Minister and the last time the UK won Eurovision. It was also the last time that anyone entered a mysterious time capsule house at Pendeen in West Cornwall.
Yes, the 19th century cottage still has books left open and crockery on the table from the day the owner suddenly left. Kathy Wardle has been to visit.
Amazing, isn't it? I would like to see the estate agent's particulars when they're trying to generate interest for that, but amazing story. Right, let's move on now. It is weather time. We've sent Charlie Powell to Dunster Show, and Charlie, a little bit grey there, but looks pretty nice to celebrate all things on Exmoor.
Okay, Charlie on Exmoor, thank you very much for that. Well, now the main headline in the West Country this evening, a new high-speed train. The two of us, I'll have the late news for you at 10:30.
Now then, we'll hand you to Ranveer Singh as the ITV News continues. From all of us, have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.